Put your faith in the light.
Hello guys, welcome to another one of my videos. This is Lightblade, and well guys, this is going to be just a short one, and it's a bit of an old news, but I still wanted to talk about it in the channel, and this is because of the changes of 10.1.5. So these changes are going to come sometime in July, so they're not like going to occur in the next reset or anything like that, so there's a bit of a time for these things to happen. The first one is the change to primordial stones, and this one makes me really happy because personally, if you've seen my videos, I love stats. I love things that gives us stats because those things increase the power of our kit. They're not external power, they're nothing like that. They interact with our kit and give us multiplicative damage and all those kinds of things. I love stats, but primordial stones are not that. They just give you flat out damage. And they were really also annoying if you were starting. Let's say you are a new red paladin, you had to go get these stones, at first, because they were such a powerful thing in single target situations, especially, and even in Mythic Plus dungeons and tyrannical weeks. I've seen a lot of Retribution Paladins still use these stones to just help bump up your single target damage a bit, So it's really annoying for new players. It's annoying for old players that want to use their new gear, let's say a 441 ring, and you can't because this thing is just doing so much single target damage that you can't replace it. So I'm happy to see these stones nerfed and gutted, and just kill them, please. I don't want to see this ring ever again. Okay, so that brings us to our next topic, which is the compensation buffs. Yes, we are getting some compensation, and not only us, but all the classes that use this ring heavily. So the buff that Blizzard thought of is very simple. It's just a 2% overall damage to all of our abilities. Now the question is, will this be enough for a situation where this ring was being used, that being the raid, and tyrannical Mythic Plus? And well, the answer is yeah, I think it will, or at least it will be neutral in value. One thing that people see is that yes, while the ring could be about 6 to 8% of your overall damage, and that's way more than just a lowly 2%, it didn't have stats. And 441 ring is about 6% of damage in raw stats. So if we add that extra 2% buff on top of that, yeah, we get that it technically covers it. There are still some other factors to consider though, like how much of your damage is paladin damage and not external factors, because well, we are using a lot of other external factors in our damage, like for example the beacon trinket from Sarkaret, the anvil that's all shallow flame damage, and that damage is not getting the 2% buff, only paladin damage will. But all in all, I think the buffs are just going to be fine for raids, and for Mythic Plus, it's just a flat out buff, especially in fortified weeks where people were already using like stat rings. And well guys, for the other changes that you can see here, most of them are not important. There are just changes to our base mana regeneration, and they're putting some costs on some abilities. Intercession now costs 2% of our base mana, War of Glory now costs 10% of base mana, but most of these are kind of worthless changes because, well, I don't think a Red Paladin has been since Wrath of the Lich King. I think maybe, and even then I don't think you went The only change that all kind of means something from these is the Hammer of Wrath one, the one that generates holy power when you cast on immune targets. So I recently did some PvP, and when you try to throw a Hammer of Wrath, let's say to a Pally Shield, you didn't get the holy power. Now you will. So I think that's just nice, when they get out of your bubble, you have full holy power to just smack them down. So I think that's the only change worth mentioning here, and it's only for PvP. The other ones are just tooltip error fixes and all those things, and obviously the damage increase to our 2% damage buff. And well guys, that's going to be the end of this short video. Let me know down in the comments below, did you like this ring? Did you hate this ring? And well, if you enjoyed my content, subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Thanks for watching everyone.